Hello, welcome back. The Premier League is coming to an end tomorrow afternoon. So crazy, and it's all on the table, really. It's not the best Premier League finale there's ever been. Absolutely not. I'd prefer for the relegation spots to still be being fought for and whatnot, and I'd still like there to be a proper top four race, but there's none of that. There are still little mini battles going around, but this is our finale. This is the game we have to win. Yo, yo, yo. Wagwan Blues, says Elijah Lawson. Welcome to the chat. Sorry. I don't know if there was lag there. There may have been. There was for me. Jamaican Man City fan here. Big up to you, lad. Did you see what I sent on InstaConnect? I'm not too sure. But anyway, lads. Huge game, of course. Whether it is West Ham, or whether it's Liverpool, or whether it's Sheffield United. It's final Premier League day. Can't take it for granted. There are still 3 points to play for. This is another final to win. So, we've got to get it done. Really, that is the main goal of the day. But look, do you see Leverkusen lift the Bundesliga? I saw a video about it not long ago. Match day 38. I know they are invincible there for the Bundesliga season. Do they get a special Bundesliga title? Anyway, though, let's go. Ortega in goal. The reason we really beat Spurs to some extent. There's no knowing what happens after Son if he scores, but if he does score, do we win the game from there? Do we manage to pick ourselves back up and go get a goal with about a quarter of an hour left, including stoppage time? Do we lose? Do we capitulate and Spurs go and get the winner? Or do we just not be able to find a way? People, though, they were going to get the golden Bundesliga trophy, but it didn't happen. Interesting. Moving on to Kyle Walker, right back. I'm not really sure who else would really put. You might put Diaz in there. Put Diaz in centre back and then put Kanji. And then put Kanji at right back. You could see that happen, but I think we'll go for Walker for the help on the pace. They got quick players, West Ham. Very nice quick players. In FC24, I went unbeaten assist. I got the normal trophy, the gold and blue stripes, but it was probably glitch. Maybe. I've never gone unbeaten before, if I'm being honest. I think the least amount of defeats I've ever had in a season, this is all competition, by the way, I think it's about 3. But anyway, centre-backs. Akanji and Ake, obviously. I think they are... Can I tell you questions and you can answer? Premier League edition. Fire away, Elijah Lawson. My Premier League knowledge is decent. It's not brilliant, but it's decent. Anyway, Akanji and blinking now. Akanji and Ake, top centre backs this season for us, probably been our most consistent. Hopefully Ake is going to be all right for this game. Hopefully he's over that injury he got against the game before Spurs. The one. I think Fulham. Hopefully he's back over that, and hopefully it means he will be able to Who have been underachievers this season? Well, if you allow me to have a look at the Premier League table, I'll have a look. There are a couple of teams that come to mind straight away. I think Man United, obviously 8th, not looking good for European football. They've got very little hope. Underachievers, yeah, we'll go Man United. I don't think anyone else is vastly underachieved, but it looks like Chelsea are going to get European football as well. So, yeah, I think I'll go Man United. But thank you for the question, by the way. Keep it up. Feel free. Akanji, Ake, that's my centre backs. Like I said, brilliant. But anyway, we'll move on to Vardy now. Vardy left back, probably been one of our best performers since April or since March 31st. Overachievers this season, surely Aston Villa. Villa 4th. It's hard to beat, isn't it? Yeah, I think I'll go 4th, but I've got to say, I think Bournemouth getting 11th and could even finish 10th, depending on final day. I think that is amazing. I think they are definitely second in that terms of tier. But yeah, it is Villa. Unbelievable job Unai Emery's done. So good. Yeah, Vardy, although scoring goals for fun, it seems. 2 against Fulham, didn't he? He's been so good this season, Josko. So hopefully he can keep that. Yeah, Josko. Well, and he's not been super good this season, but recently in crunch time, he has been good. Rodri and Kova's my double pivot. I've said a lot already that I've been. Wait there. Let's actually have a look at this. Frustrating. Good point. This for me, Everton is second for not getting relegated after being last. Incredible. I've got to say, yeah, I didn't actually think of that for Everton. I won't put. Oh, well, let's actually have a look at how they've done in terms of actual points. So 39 points they would have had just through wins. They could have had 48 points, which does actually put them level with Bournemouth. If they didn't have point deduction, they would have had 48 points. I think, unless my math is wrong. But yeah, 48 points, very good. That's a really good shout for us. I have to agree. Who have been Man City best signing this season? Oh, that's a tricky one. Because I think we can agree it's not Nunes. Right? Not Nunes. I haven't seen enough of him. And from what we have seen, it's just not been brilliant. Kova, very mixed start to begin the season. A lot of injuries on the way. I mean, there is Doku, but he has gone through bad blips of form. I'll go Kova. Not because I think he's been outstanding, just the best out of the bunch. For value for money as well. Goal of the season, McAllister versus Fulham. You say, oh God, you're really testing my goal knowledge here. I'm just trying to think. McAllister's one was good against Fulham. I think I'll go Garnacho bicycle kick. Garnacho bicycle kick. It was good. It was really good. Unbelievable technique. But does it deserve goal of the season just for being a bicycle kick? Leave me to think about that one. Yeah, Rodri Kova, double pivot. I think Kova's been a lot better recently and has been able to help out Rodri a lot. So good at winning the ball up high for the pitch. That's what Kova, did it against Spurs, and if he can do that more and more, we'll probably get more goals as well. So, Kovacic, keep up your work. You're doing great in that double pivot. And then across our three midfielders, our three attacking midfielders, Bernardo Silva, just doesn't need to be. I'll get on to Foden, don't worry. Don't worry. Congratulations is in order for Mr. Phil Foden. Bernardo Silva, I'm not sure what to rate him, but no, I'm not sure what to say for him, really. Just, he's a magnificent player. His skill is incredible, and thank you for tuning in, Tyrese. I haven't seen you here. I haven't seen you here before. Who's had a better season, Foden or Rodri? In terms of individual rewards, it's probably Foden. If you put it all into perspective, the individual awards, Phil Foden, FWA writers, FWA Men's Player Football of the Year, Premier League Player of the Season, whatever awards he might get on the way or whatever. The very good season for both of them. Rodri, unbeaten so far this season. He's still got 2 games to get through. But, he's been unreal, Rodri, this season. I really can't. I can't pick. I don't think we get where we are without either of them. I think if we lose Foden, we lose a lot of our attacking threat through points of the season. And if we lose Rodri, then you saw what happened when we lost Rodri 3 games on the trot. And when we lose him to a 1-game suspension against Villa, we proceed to lose all of them. So I'm going to have to tie it, personally. I'm going to have to tie it. I just think if Rodri doesn't get suspended, we could have been invincible right now. We had a rough patch, but we wasn't losing, just drawing. The drawing was the worst bit. Blinking Egg had a lot of questions there. No sitting on the fence. Oh, Blinking Egg. Oh, man. You know what? I think I'll... It's fine margins, by the way. It's like this. That's how close it is between them. Maybe a bit more like that, actually, in terms of who's had a better season. But I will edge it to Phil Foden, just for the goals in the Champions League, the big goals and big games, 2 goals against Man United when we're losing, hat-trick versus Brentford, hat-trick versus Villa. Unreal season for Villa. Foden, best season for us, DBH. Absolutely. Unreal. Yeah. I read that. Anyway, let's get on with this, though. Kevin De Bruyne doesn't really need to be said why this guy's in the team. Find an angle anywhere. Even in a game where we were off the pace versus Tottenham, we weren't brilliant against Tottenham, but even in that game, he found a way to find that gap into Haaland. Not many players just see that or make that run to the fine margin that they did. Was Man City's worst game this season? Easy question. Aston Villa, 1-0. Terrible. I know Wolves was bad. Arsenal wasn't great. But it is Aston Villa. Does KDB start? Yeah, starting. I feel like he got to. Huge game. Unless the injury got this Tottenham is something maybe he needs to go on the bench for. If so, absolutely bench him. Don't risk him. Wolves, the Korean guy. That was a bad game, don't get me wrong, but number 1, I didn't actually get to watch that game because it was a 3 p.m. kickoff. But number 2, the Aston Villa game I watched, we had 2 shots on goal. We had nothing beyond the 20th minute. Sorry, Elijah Lawson. I did actually miss one of your questions. Signing of the season. Signing of the season. I'll go Palmer. Unreal season, to be fair, from him. Really, really good. He might be the obvious choice, but getting the amount of goals he has and the amount of assists, I know he's been on pens, but still really good. Manager of the season. It's between Unai Emery and Pep for me, and the Bournemouth manager. I think I'll give it to Unai just because what he's done with Villa has been incredible. Putting my bias to the side. Anyway, though, on to Phil Foden on the, well, not really the wing. He will drift out there, no doubt, but he's not a winger. Look, fair play to this lad. Player of the season. He'll definitely be City's player of the season. The Premier League player of the season. The FAWA writer, so the fucking apologies. The FWA the FWA Men's Player of the Year Footballing Award. Absolutely brilliant player for Foden. Flop of the season. Flop of the season. I'm trying to think of signings that just haven't worked. I know Caicedo didn't start well, but I'm pretty sure he's been a bit better recently. There's probably a signing that's been so bad I've just forgotten about. Frost series clip there. You're going to have to leave me to think about that one. Moment of the season, Man City. The moment of the season. Oscar Bob goal versus Newcastle. Late winner, KDB assist. First game back as well. Pretty good moment. But anyway, Phil Foden. Not just because of his awards, but he's just been unreal, Phil Foden, this season. And he gets into this team without a shadow of a doubt because that's how good he is, really. And anyway, on to Mr. Erling Haaland up top. Unreal machine of a player. So good, man. And he absolutely starts. He's on 27 Premier League goals in a season where he's been poorer than his standards. He'll know that, and we know that. And he's only going to improve next season. He's going to be better next season because he knows. And in this team, if you degress and you don't strive to improve, then you're out. And Erling Haaland, I doubt, wants to be out. People say Haaland had a bad season. No, he hasn't had a bad season. It's just last season was unbelievable. 52 goals and I think 6 assists he got last season. Something good like that. Don't take my word for it. I know it's 52 goals. 52 goals. And something assists. And maybe 10 assists. Unreal last season. But I like to bear in mind Erling Haaland this season went half the season without KDB and also picked up an injury which kept him out for about 12 games. So considering all that and considering still getting, I think, around 40 goals for City in that region, that's unreal. I think. Something like that. Give a rating for Man City this season out of 10. In terms of average performance or just in terms of what we accomplished? Because in terms of average performance, I'll probably give it I give it an 8 in terms of average performance. I think we've been really, really good at times. Some games have been an absolute struggle to get through. Some games have just been unreal to watch. Some games have just been appalling. But yeah, I think give it an average 8. But in terms of what we've achieved, assume we win the FA Cup and the Prem, put that on top of the Super Cup, the Club World Cup, and yeah, that's it. Put it on top of that. It's not a 10. I'll probably give it a 9 in that regard. You know, we can't argue 4 trophies, can we? And I know we played Fluminense and Urawa Red Diamonds or something like that for the Club World Cup, but you know, you have to beat the teams in front of you. But that does conclude the predicted 11. Look, if there's one thing we can't do, it's underestimate West Ham. West Ham are a good team. They might want one last hurrah with David Moyes as well. You know, he's been at their club for a good few years now, and he's brought home European silverware, which is, you know, your West Ham fans would love. So you really can't take anything away from West Ham. They've had a decent season as well. If we have a look at their position, 9th in the league, not bad, and they've solidified 9th. They can't go higher, they can't go lower. So 9th in the league is not bad at all. Lopetegui will take over next season. So yeah, he's got a decent foundation to work with. Game of the season, like the best game in terms of entertainment and just like if I was a neutral watching it, amazing, like just incredible to watch. Entertainment goes to Chelsea. But in terms of actual performance, what's been City's best performance this season? Anybody got that typical City in mind for tomorrow? Typical City, like Aguero and Gundogan. I mean, if there's one thing I'll say, don't be surprised, because City, you know, my dad said it when we played Spurs, City never did it the easy way. I mean, in the Premier League. Okay, in the Premier League, best game. Okay. I still think the Chelsea game is probably the best game in terms of entertainment, to be honest. Can't think of anything else. You know, imagine watching that as a neutral. You know, City take the lead, then Chelsea take the lead, then City take the lead, then Chelsea make it 3-3, then we take the lead late on, then Cole Palmer scores a late penalty. Late penalty to equalise, you know, against a former club. That would be incredible. For Australia, that'd be insane. I wouldn't even be surprised. That's the thing. Spot on, so much confidence in the boys. Yeah, let's just hope they get the 3 points. I just want to skip to the trophy celebrations, man. Assuming we win, we really do need this win. It'd be incredible. Oh, 4-4 Newcastle. You have no idea how gutted I am. I missed that game. You have absolutely no clue. I was gutted. I couldn't believe it. Hands in my head, literally. Because I was saying, like, to people, I was thinking about doing it as a fun one, and then I just thought, nah, you know what? I'll give myself that day. And plus, I had work, so it just didn't line up. And I preferred to not have to do a watch along on the day of a game, and on the day of work as well. So, but then I check and I'm like, oh my lord, how, man? Of all games to miss, of all games to think that nothing big would happen. Unreal. Most improved player this season, if we're talking City, this season, if we're talking City, our most improved player. I don't think Phil Foden has been our most improved player. I think he's really tapped into what we know he can be. I'll say Kanji, to be honest, or Ortega, because Ortega, don't get me wrong, last season, Ortega was good, but, last season, for example, Southampton was a bad game for him, 2-0 in the Cup, all chances of quadruple gone. But this season, every single time Ortega's been called up, he has been brilliant, especially during crunch time. Tottenham, unbelievable. Got man of the match for playing about half an hour. And every single game he's been so good, Ortega. So I think I'll go there. But Kanji's been brilliant as well. But if we're talking in terms of the whole Premier League, I think of Dominic Solanke. So good this season. So good. I know he's been on pens as well, but a load of goals, which has been crucial for Bournemouth. And the last one is worst player this season in the Prem. It's tough. I could easily just go and say some Sheffield United player. Goal of the season for City. Kovacic volley vs Luton. Really good strike. Oh, Anthony's been bad. Decent shout for us. 5 G&A this season for Man United. Vardiol has more goal contributions. And he got them all in the past few games. Look, fellas, I'm going to end it here, though. It's been an absolutely cracking stream. Elijah Lawson, Frost Fury, Tyrese, MCFR right at the beginning, and anyone else who's just tuned in and said hello. Thank you all for tuning in. Big up to you. I know what you're referring to there as well, Frost Fury. That was funny. Thank you all for tuning in. Really good stream. Tomorrow is the game of games. Be there or be square, lads. See you in the next one.